welcome to Pouse around the house. Today we're looking at part 25 of my series of loft conversion videos. We're going to be cutting down the last of the hip tiles, fixing them into place and then fitting the lead over the top. But before that, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to set your notifications to alerted for when I upload new videos. Right, so a few weeks have passed now. I left the top two ridge tiles, I got on with some other work, and you can see that some of the battening has now been done on the cheeks of the dormer. So what I'm going to do today is get the ridge tile and I'm going to trim it down. So where the ridge tiles go up at this angle, if you kept going to the top there, you'll notice that it will protrude above the other roof coming down off the dormer. Now I don't want water to run down and hit this vertical edge of the ridge tile. So what I'm going to do is as the ridge tile goes up, I'm going to try and sort of slice it that way so that we keep a bit of a pitch on the ridge tile, and then when I fold the lead over the top, the water's always going to be running downhill. I can also use the lead to flap over the nail or the screw hole, because I'm going to drill a hole in the top. I'm going to put a screw through just as with all the others to secure it down, and I'll bed it down with mortar. I may or may not do the mortar today, we'll see how we go. I've now put this notch in it, which I was originally going to do. It's in like a sort of V shape, and what that's done is taken the taper down so that when I fold the lead over, it's going to go down with the gradient on the roof, and you'll see that now. So you can see now when I put the large sheet of lead over the top of this, it will come out nicely and fold over the top like that. So my sheets of lead are in place. They're held down by the smaller pieces of lead that I put on previously, and they're actually nailed in, so they're going to go and fold over these pieces of lead, hold them securely into place, and I can beat them over these ridge tiles once they're secured in. Now I'm going to go and mix some mortar, same as before. I'm going to do 1 part sharp sand, 1 part cement, 2 parts building sand. I'm going to put a bit of plasticizer with it, and then we'll stick that on, same as all the others, bed them down with a screw. I'm going to put 2 little pieces of batten underneath like before, just to raise the hip board underneath so that the screw can penetrate. So I've only got 100mm screws and they weren't quite making it because of the pitch of the roof. And that's it, so you'll watch me do that now. We'll have a quick look now we're finished. The piece of lead underneath I tucked up under those slates, so any water coming over the top is going to run over that and down the sides. Looks a little bit untidy at the moment. I'll trim it down later, or when all the cement dries off, you know, later on in the project. You can see that one was a bit more crude. I sort of formed it over the ridge tile to make sure it didn't go anywhere, and by putting that piece of lead in previously and putting that down with a nail to the batten, that's giving more of the smooth gradient on the roof, so that's throwing the water over the other piece of lead. Remember, by here we're going to be having fascia board across there and soffit, so the fascia is going to go there. So all this piece of lead doing really is throwing the water away from the fascia, so nothing's going to get up underneath. And don't forget, we've got all these lead soakers right the way up there as well. Now if we walk down this side, you'll see we've got exactly the same, slightly different setup, because if you've watched my other videos, you'll hear I previously mentioned how the gradient on this side of the roof is slightly different to the other one. It's a bit longer, so this ridge tile on the end was longer, slightly different slope, but it's the same principle of what I've done. I've just sort of beaten that around the ridge tile. Now it's highly unlikely any water was going to get in anyway really with the ridge tile, but again, fascia board, soffit under there, we've got the lead soakers, so there's no chance of water ingress. Any water coming down there now is just going to run either down that side of the roof or over this side. Cemented down, I use stainless steel screws as per all the others. So that's it, we'll wait for that to go off. I'll trim the lead down in a later video. And that is the roof, I think now, pretty much watertight, other than these dormers. But all the pitched aspect of the roof is done. So the next thing to do now is just start doing these slates on this dormer, and once that's done, we're on to UPVC plastic fascias and windows, and it'd be nice to get that done and start working on the inside soon. So that's it for today's video, and if you're interested in any of the tools I used in this video, I'll put a link to those in the description section below. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, then please subscribe to my channel. And for more DIY, how-to, household tips and product review, please watch my other videos, and don't forget to subscribe. I've been Pouse around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.